It's not the most famous course in Melbourne, but for $85, Ballarat Golf Course might surprise you. I'm playing every golf course in Melbourne to find the best one, and I drove 90 minutes west to check out this track. Let me know in the comments, how do you rate this course? I got off to a decent start despite finding myself in the first fairway bunker on the course. I just about got out of it here and had a decent up and down. My putt just slipped in and I got away here with a par. A bit of a wayward drive left me in the rough a long way from the hole. I was feeling confident, so I went for the hole and I missed it pretty badly left. Although my up and down game was okay, I duffed the putt and I ended up taking a bogey here. I piped my drive here and had an easy pitch from around 60 metres. Basically, I hit the wrong club and bounced it out the back of the green. I had a chance to save par, but today was not shaping up to be a great day for the putter. I ended up 2 up after 3 holes. Follow along for part 2. Fairway trees are the worst, and I was so unlucky to get stuck behind this one after a perfect drive. I just couldn't risk the water on the left, so I had to pitch out. I had a very blady pitch here, but I was pretty lucky that it went towards the hole. I chipped it pretty close and finished out with another bogey here. Yet another fairway bunker on the left, and once again I barely got out of it. I was lucky to pitch it up so close to the hole here. With what you know about my putting, will this one fall? It was a tester, but it saved the par. This is a longish par 3 and I went long and left with it.
Nice.
My chip back had a good look, but it just rolled on by. I could have saved par here, but why would I do that? It leaves me 4 up after 6 holes. Follow along for part 3 and see can I turn it around before I finish the front 9. There's a bit of bluster here on hole 7, but we're looking pretty good nonetheless.
Nice. Great.
Despite the hat flying off, I made a good connection and hit a little floppy flop to leave myself with about 10ish meters for a par putt. Surprisingly, it fell and I feel my fortunes starting to turn around. I hit a pitching wedge pure, but it just drifted off a little bit to the left. My chip was pretty thin and it scurried on past the hole. Luckily it stopped where it did, and I pulled another little par out of the bag here with this putt falling nicely. There's a little dog leg left here to finish the front 9. There's also a bug on my lens, but I managed to hit the fairway and then I hit the green with my pitching wedge from around 100-ish meters. I had a long putt here, but I just wanted to get it close and give myself a good chance to finish with a par. I finished out strong after a shaky start. I ended up 4 over on the front 9. I just had a couple of bogeys here and there, pretty much caused by some bad putting, and I'm going to say some bad fortune as well because I got stuck behind that tree and ended up in a few fairway bunkers. So follow along to see the back 9 at Ballarat. This is probably the best looking hole on the course. I played a 3-wood off the tee because I wanted to lay up and I wanted to take the water out of play. I hit it again off the fairway, but I pulled it into the bushes. I don't really like going into the bushes in Australia, but needs must here. I lag putted from here and I walked away with a lucky par. This is a pretty dangerous par 3 with the water just in front of the green. I managed to clear it with the 7-iron, but I ended up just off the green. It's kind of another lag putt situation here. I just want to get it close to the hole and give myself a chance at par. Does it get close? It does, and I tap in another par. Short par 4s are tricky because you get a bit excited and you think you can drive the green and make birdies, which I can't, but I did have a good drive and I probably should have done better with my pitch and given myself that birdie chance. I did save a par though, and I kept myself 4 over through 12. Follow along for part 5. Around here I realise I'm on for 6 pars in 6 holes. I'm thinking I figured it out, I'll never drop a shot again. If I keep this up, I'll be the best to ever do it. I start building a bit of pressure on myself. I ended up hitting the fairway here and I laid up with my 3-wood. My pitch hit the green and it gave me a good birdie shot. It didn't fall, but I managed to take a par. And now I'm on for 7 pars in a row on the trot. It's a wide open fairway and I pump my drive down the middle. I hit an 8 iron from 130 metres and it lands just off the green. I have a tricky putt from here and it does pretty well, but in the end I capitulate and push this putt right and end my streak, and I end up going 5 up after 14 holes. I think I can pull it back though. I'm just off the fairway with my drive here. My pitch is pretty solid. I end up hitting the green again and I nearly land a birdie, but for a really small bobble on the green. The birdie to bogey pipeline was strong though. I end up missing this sitter and taking another bogey. This puts me 6 up after 6 holes. Can I pull it back when I go down the home stretch, or will I blow a gasket? I'm chasing my tail here after losing my par streak and I'm keen to turn this ship around. My drive ends up behind a tree and I try an audacious hook around this tree, which does not work out at all. I proceed to bury my wedge in the ground and I know basically it's game over from here. I do manage to chip it on and 2-putt for my first double bogey of this round. I send my 9 iron clean over the back of the green and I misread this putt so badly that I end up out of the camera shot completely. I take another bogey here and I'm going to say this one is actually well deserved. Hole 18, my last chance for a bit of magic, and I duff my drive about 150 metres. The 3-wood, I hit it pretty sweet though, and it was just unfortunate that it ran out and ended up in the bunker. I get it up and out of the bunker and it gives me a decent chance to have a par to finish out with, but it just runs past the hole and I finish out with a bogey. It's a bit of a disappointing finish, but if you told me before I went out that I'd be 10 over par with 9 pars throughout the course of the round, I'd be pretty happy with that. So what's the conclusion on the course? Ballarat is a really good track, very decent course, and it's well worth a look. It's got some stunning holes, a challenging layout, and it's in great condition, and the clubhouse facilities here are pretty sweet too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it worth $85 and a 90-minute drive for Melbourne? And as always, follow along if you want to see me play all of the golf courses in Melbourne.